Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So as you saw in those clips, I've been over the last couple of days to a number of different shops, or like the main homely kind of shops that we have in the UK. So I guess I'll just go in chronological order. The first shop I went into was Asda, just because it was like next to my gym, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they have anything there, because I know that Asda sometimes have good like pajamas and stuff like that. So anyway, I just went in to have like a really quick browse, and I didn't really get much in there. The first thing I found was this cute little gingerbread house mug. They had a few cute like Christmassy mugs there. This mug is massive. It's not like, I can't explain it, like it feels like quite light, but I just thought for decoration I don't even have to use it. I just thought it was cute, so I picked that one up. And then I was just browsing through the aisles and I saw they had like a little book section, which I don't know why, because usually like most supermarkets do have like a little section of books, but I have just never thought to go in Asda for books. They were a really good price. They were like £4.50 or something like that each, and I picked up The Christmas Tree Farm by Laurie Gilmore. And then I was like, what if I combine this kind of decorating video with a reading vlog where I read this, just to kind of get our like Christmassy reads going, because I literally never read like proper Christmassy books, so I really want to start that this year and actually read books that are for the season. And obviously, as everyone knows, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and then I think it's the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, is it? They have been so popular recently with like autumn and everything, but I never got around to reading them. I've heard her books are just very plain, simple, fun romances, nothing too crazy. I've heard the vibes are very good of her books. She sets the scene really well. So I thought I'd give one of her books a go, and I thought less people have read this, so I'm more intrigued to kind of read this. We're kind of past autumn now, so yeah, I picked this one up. And I love like decorating videos. Like if I could just spend loads of money and just like transform my room like every other month, then I would, because that is honestly like one of my favourite hobbies to do, just like decorating, switching things up in my room. I just love like reorganising my space and stuff, but obviously it gets expensive and there's only so much you can do with your room. I don't want to just buy loads of things for the sake of it. I want to get stuff that I know I'll use like every single year. And so because this haul I've got, like I feel like I've got quite a few bits for me, but it's not like a massive haul and like gonna be like a massive transformation. It's just decorating here and there. So I thought I may as well include a reading vlog of this as well, just to like make the video a bit more fun, have a bit more to it, and I feel like that way it wouldn't be kind of as boring as you just watching me like put my Christmas bits in my room. So that will be kind of the second half of this video if you're interested in watching me read this and hearing my thoughts about it, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, moving on, I feel like the main thing I always like look for, or I always get whenever it's like a change of season, and this is probably like a toxic trait of mine because I do not need this many blankets, but like a blanket is the one thing that I'll always like spend my money on, because I feel like it's just because you can put it all over your bed and it kind of just like looks like the bed sheets. Like why would I get Christmassy bed sheets just to cover them with like blankets? Do you know what I mean? Like I'd rather just have a Christmassy blanket. So yeah, that was the main kind of things I was looking for, because I feel like they just add so much to the room. And other than that, I was mainly looking for pillows and stuff. I didn't want to get too many little like bits and bobs. The second place I went to was good old B&M. So the first thing I saw when I went in, which I was so happy about, was this fluffy little blanket. It was only a tenner, which I thought was really good, but this is the exact type of thing I wanted for my reading chair because I love the reds at Christmas. This is a really nice like red as well. It's kind of like burgundy. I also picked up a few little bits and bobs. So next thing I got was this little gingerbread just tea light candle holder. Oh, it's got some mark on it. I feel like, oh, I don't know why, but this year I'm just obsessed with like gingerbread, like the colour and just the actual gingerbread thing. Like if I could cover my whole room in gingerbread, that's what I would do this year. And then I also picked up this little oil burner, just because I never like, I'm so bad at remembering to like light my candles and like just like have smells in my room and like have something going whilst I'm in here, make it smell nice. So it's got a little section, I'm guessing you just put a little tea light in there, put your oils to melt in there. I actually got inspired by Mia Lauren Green, who's this fitness influencer that I love watching, and she's just like so good at finding like little cozy things to put in her apartment, and she had this little oil burner and I thought it was really cute, so I copied her. And then to go with that I just got these little wax melts, and they actually smell like so nice. They smell like gingerbread, but like not in a horrible way. And then another thing I got was this candle pack, because that was another thing I really wanted to get this year for Christmas. It's some nice candle holders and some of these long candles, because these long candles, they just give Christmas, like they just are Christmassy. I guess it's like, is it like the Advent candle? This isn't to do with my room, but another thing I got from B&M was this winter floral body wash, because I was in need of a new one, and I don't know, there's something so funny about getting seasonal products. Sorry, I'm gonna move you down because I cannot sit on my knees any longer. And I think the last thing I got from B&M was just some wrapping paper. So next up I went to the Range, which I was kind of disappointed with this year, not because like they didn't have stuff, they definitely had stuff, but I was just specifically looking for pillows in there, and I felt like they'd kind of run out of stuff, which was crazy because it was only the beginning of November. But so yeah, I didn't find that much in the Range, but I usually do find some good stuff in there. So the only thing I did find was right at the end, I did find a little pillow, not like proper pillows that I was looking for, but I found this cute star pillow, which I think is adorable, and it was really cheap. It was only like, I think it was £6, and I thought this would be good for either my reading chair, or I've got my desk chair over there. This as well, like I could use this like at different points in the year as well, but obviously white stars, very Christmassy. So next I went to Primark. I didn't get much from here, I just got the candle holders. They had some really good stuff in Primark. Again, like I didn't want to get too many bits and bobs, so I didn't really get much in there, but they did have some really good stuff. They had some really nice like kitchenware stuff. They had loads of nice plates, loads of nice like cups and stuff. If I had my own house, I would have probably got some, but yeah, the only things I got were the candle holders, which are so cute. I'm so excited about them. So the first one looks like this. How cute is that? My sister actually got this before me, and I saw hers and I was like, oh, I'm going to get one of those. So it's just this little bow, and then your long candle goes in there. And then to go with that, I got this little Christmassy one too, because it's just so cute. I can't deal. How cute would these be just like next to each other? Okay, and the last place I went to, well, I went there like a couple of times just to like scope it out. I feel like they always have different things in different ones, but the last place I went was TK Maxx. I went to Home Sense as well, but I didn't find anything in there. The first trip I went, I found the blanket, my bed blanket, which is like the main event, I feel like, every time I decorate my room. The one I got this year was this gingerbread, kind of like, I don't even know how you would describe this material, but it's almost like a rug material, which I love. Like, oh, it's more like woven-y rather than just fluffy. So it's just got gingerbread all over it, and the gingerbread are really fluffy. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It's so cute. As I said, obsessed with gingerbread this year. I'm so excited to put that on. I have already changed my sheets. They looked like this before, so yeah, it wasn't giving Christmas. I also got a new wardrobe in my room recently, which kind of inspired me to do this video as well, because I was like, I don't know, I feel like when you get a new piece of furniture, it just makes you want to like just redo like the whole thing. I will insert a little clip of like the wardrobe before and then after. Oh my god, it's such a glow up. I'm so happy with it. That's already the two kind of things I've done to prepare for the Christmas time in my room. Change my wardrobe and change my sheets. So yeah, the rest is just decorating. And then lastly, from TK Maxx, I found some pillows that I was happy with. It took a while for me to find some that I was like, yeah, I'll actually spend my money on them. Anyway, let me actually just show you. They're pretty huge, which is what I wanted because they're going to be the like main ones on my bed. So these are the pillows that I got. They're just plain white with candy canes again. Like, I love just a plain white with a pattern on. And these ones were 25 for 2, which I thought was pretty good. Like, having gone around the shops seeing kind of what the good quality pillows cost, this was kind of pretty cheap, to be honest. And I just love how big they are. Like, I am such a pillowy person. Obviously when you're resting against your headboard, like, I'm not someone who could just be like against the headboard. Like, I need to have like literally 10 pillows behind me, like, propped up. Oh, and very lastly, I'll just quickly show you another little tiny thing I got from TK Maxx. So I was just in the book section because I always look at TK Maxx's book section. They actually have some really good deals sometimes. And I found this. It's A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. And I thought this edition was really nice. It's really small. The font's pretty small though, to be fair. But it's got all these illustrations in it. I'm always trying to read more classics. Not that I do, but I always like want to read more classics. So I thought this would be a good one to get, especially with the season. Look at the little snowflakes on it. So cute. So yeah, we'll be reading this at some point too, hopefully in November or December. That's everything I got. I do have like a few Christmassy bits, I feel like, under my bed somewhere, so I might kind of scavenge those out and have a little see if there's anything else that I want to put in, but obviously I'll show you if I do. And also, another reason I wanted to do this video, which I forgot about, was because I started my YouTube channel like almost a year ago. I think it was the very end of November that I posted my first ever YouTube video, and it was like a winter decorating video. And yeah, I was just so proud of that video and like actually finally taking the step to like make this channel. And I just think it's cute that a year later like I can do a similar video and just see like the growth. And I definitely could have been more consistent over this last year. I am still so happy with, like, I don't know, just the progress we've made over the last year. I feel like YouTube is honestly, I just love it. I just love it. I'm just so happy I like do this as my hobby, and for the few people that do like keep watching my videos, I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, but yeah, if you haven't watched my first ever video, then go check it out, because I feel like I decorated a little bit more than I do in this video. But yeah, anyway, moving on, let's start decorating. So I finished decorating now. It didn't take me too long to do because, as you saw, there wasn't very much to do, but I'm still so happy with it so far. At first I wasn't too sure about, I don't know, the combo between the gingerbread men and the candy canes on my bed, just because like my bedding's white and then like these are kind of like a cream, and then the gingerbread blanket is kind of like another lighter cream, so there's a bit of like 3 tones going on, but I feel like it's growing on me and it's looking very Christmassy. So I've always been one of those Christmas people who prefer just like the kind of messed up Christmas look rather than like everything the same colour type thing. I feel like people are one or the other sometimes. So yeah, I don't mind too much if it's like mismatched. But yeah, I think my favourite thing about it is honestly these things. I'm just obsessed with them. I think they look so cute. When it gets later on in the evening and it's all dark, then I'll light everything again because I feel like it never looks that good in the day and we can get the proper cozy vibe. But yeah, so happy with my reading chair as well. I think that looks so good. Anyway, the second half of this video is going to be a reading vlog of me reading this book. So I definitely feel ready to start reading it in my new Christmassy room. But let's read the blurb together and see what it's about. So it says, Kira North hates Christmas, which is unfortunate since she just bought a Christmas tree farm in a town that's too cute for its own good. Okay, so it's going to be like Grumpy Sunshine, she's like a bit of a Grinch. It's just going to be that very typical, he's gonna like cheer her up. Not much else to say about it really. I'll just have to start it and let you guys know what I think of it. I feel like the main small town romances I read like just at the moment are Elsie Silver books. I don't know, so I feel like I'm probably gonna be comparing it to that a little bit, so hopefully it kind of gives the same energy as that because I love those books. I don't think I've heard anyone talk about this book yet. I've seen people like haul it, but I haven't heard anyone's opinions on it yet, so I'm kind of going in with no expectations. So I've just read up to chapter 3, page 27, but I'm going to go out to the gym now because I already feel like the sun's going down and it's like 3 p.m. So I'm just going to quickly go to the gym. I need to do like a food shop and stuff like that. So I'll carry on reading this after I get back. Guys, it's later on in the day. Obviously I've just showered and got ready for bed. I've got so much pseudo-creme on my face because I just can't stop picking my face. Like every time I look in the mirror I will find something to pick even when there's literally nothing there, and then they just turn into spots every time and I never seem to learn. So earlier I only read for a little bit. I only got up to chapter 3, page 27. I did a big food shop and then came home and cooked, so I haven't really had any more time to read this today. But it's, I don't know where my phone is, but it's like 8 now, so I'll go to sleep at 10, so we've got a couple hours to keep reading this book. Obviously I'm only 30 pages in, but so far kind of what I expected. Very basic, but I feel like we're still very much setting up the scene. We've had the first interaction between the love interests, and I wasn't a massive fan of the whole interaction. Again, as I said, like my expectations aren't high for this book. I am kind of just reading it for like the Christmassy feels of it. I don't know, I don't want to be too harsh about it. I know she's meant to be like grumpy, like Grinchy person who hates Christmas, but I just feel like it's a little bit unrealistic. It was just a bit like, okay, you don't need to be so rude, like just straight away, like he didn't do anything. I just need to take everything with a pinch of salt. I'm feeling so cozy and I'm so happy to just be in my Christmassy room. I feel like when it finally gets to night time and you can just get all the cozy lighting going, that's just when, oh, it just feels so good. So I'll read a bit more tonight. I don't know how much more I'll say tonight, but if not, I'll update you tomorrow. So it is a couple days later now. So the night when I last spoke to you, I got up to page, I think 90 around then, and then didn't read anything yesterday. So I was on page 90 this morning, and then I sat down and I was like, right, let me just try and read for an hour, you know, when you have to kind of like set yourself a little goal. And so I checked the time and then I was just reading and I was reading so fast, and then I checked the time again and it was an hour later and I'd read like 100 pages. If you know the pace that I read, that is like unheard of for me, because I'd say my average pace is about 50 pages per hour, which is like half of what I just did. So now I'm at page 228. I've been reading for a little bit, like more than that, but I got to page like 200. I know speed doesn't really matter, like it's not about speed, but it honestly motivates you so much when you're quick. So I've got like just over 100 pages left to read, and just knowing that I can get that done like under a couple of hours is just such a nice feeling. So I might read for a little bit more now. I've got work in like an hour, so I'll probably end up finishing this book off in the evening, and I'll update you with all my thoughts. But anyway, my thoughts since the last thing that I said to you guys, I feel like it's definitely gotten better. Like it's definitely improved in terms of like how much I'm enjoying it. I feel like when she just gave up the whole like mean for no reason act, like it just got way better for me, because, and I feel like it was more because we kind of saw a little bit into her background and like why she was like that, which I feel like always helps when you know why someone's like that and they're not just acting like that for no reason. I definitely am enjoying the plot a lot better. I really like the male main character. I think he's really sweet. I've also reached the point where like there's a bit of spice going on, which I feel like is done pretty well, but I don't know, the only thing I would say about the spice is that like it feels slightly out of place, but like not in a really bad way. It's just, I feel like the story felt very like YA at the start, and then when obviously the spice came in, it just suddenly got like a lot more like adult, and I feel like those two aspects didn't like merge together the smoothest. Nothing terrible, I'm just being picky. I feel like it's hard to say too much about like these types of basic books. Like I don't know what else to say other than like it's fun. Like that is kind of it. I just finished the Christmas tree farm, so my thoughts are very fresh right now. I literally just stayed up. It's quite late, but I got back from work like quite late at like 8, and then obviously I had to make my dinner and stuff, so I've just been like trying to cram the end in because I just really wanted to finish it tonight. So I read the last like 120 pages in like an hour and a half, so again pretty good with the speed. Overall I'm feeling very positive about this book, and like just the way it ended and just the way it was. As I said, like when I started reading this book I wasn't like too keen on it, but yeah, just as it went on I just started enjoying it more and more, and I definitely think it was the pacing of it like that made me enjoy it, because I just got through it so quick that I couldn't dwell on it being not that great. As I said in the last clips as well, like it's really hard for me to kind of analyze this book too much and go into too much detail with like kind of what I tell you guys about it, because it is literally just like a Hallmark movie. Like you are literally watching a rom-com as you're reading this book. Obviously they have a third act breakup, which yeah was a bit unnecessary, but like that's just what you get. And like I feel like I'm very hit or miss with those kind of third act breakups, because like depending on my mood, it will either really piss me off or I'll just love it and I'll be like, yeah, like, I don't know, I just go with it. This one just wasn't annoying me and I just went with it, and I feel like, yeah, I was in a good mood when I was reading it. I thought it had great Christmassy vibes. Like, I was picturing just her, like, tree farm and her little, like, just house, like, so well. It was so cozy. Like, the setting was definitely very much, like, carrying the whole book. I loved the guy in it. He was such a sweetheart. And she really grew on me as well, like just as a person. As the book went on, she grew on me. So I would say if you were starting to read this book and thinking, I'm not sure like how to feel about that kind of dynamic at the start, I would say to push through, because it definitely gets better. It had a tiny subplot of like mystery in it as well, which like wasn't a massive thing throughout it, but it did get like wrapped up in quite a sweet way, so that was another like nice aspect to it. As I was kind of saying with the spice, like there were times in it where I thought, not even like out of place, I can't explain it, it was just like, obviously you're picturing this wholesome, cozy, like Christmassy vibe, and then like something gets thrown in there and I was like, whoa, like change your vibe. In general, it was done well, definitely. It gave me everything I wanted from it. Definitely would recommend. I feel like as I continued reading this, like my rating for it went up. I probably still wouldn't go as far as a 4-star, because I feel like that's quite high in my eyes, but it's definitely like 3.75. Yeah, if not this, I definitely recommend for you guys to pick up and start reading just any seasonal book because it 100% got me in the Christmas spirit. And now I'm just in the mood to keep reading these Christmassy books. Definitely after decorating my room, it just made the vibes 10 out of 10. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you like my room. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!